Hello everyone. You can't drive around San Francisco these days without noticing all of the construction that's going on in pretty much, it seems, every corner of the city. My name is Misha Weidman. I'm a broker associate at Paragon Real Estate Group here in San Francisco. And what I want to cover in this webcast is essentially an explanation of what it is that is being built. In addition, what's in the pipeline, what's coming down the road, so to speak, and where in the city is the construction occurring. My next video blog is going to focus on condo sales in many of the high-rises that have really become landmark buildings now in the city. And I'll finish up with a bit of an explanation about what's really supporting this condo boom. I'm going to try to keep each of these videos to 3 minutes or less. That's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to try. And all of these slides will be available at my website at World Wide Web, realdatasf.com. Without further ado, let's get started. So this slide shows the number of units that are coming to market every year of the last decade, and as you can tell, after the bust in 2008, basically, it took a year for the units that were already under construction to complete, but then 2010 through 2012, new units basically came to a halt in terms of being built. And then there was a sizable rebound in 2013, and just take a look at what's happened in 2014 as of January. There are 6,000 units that are now under construction. That's a very, very healthy recovery from the previous market. Now, what's coming down the pipeline? This slide shows units in various stages of approval through to construction, and units that are simply being reviewed at this point and haven't been approved are on the right hand side of the screen. You can see them here. Now the next to the left hand column shows units that have actually been approved but no building permits have been issued, and you can see that there's an enormous number of units that have been approved. Is that cause to worry? In terms of the immediate and even medium term, I'd say no. First of all, the planning department itself notes in its pipeline report that full realization of those projects is decades out. A lot can happen between now and then. We just need another housing bust or financial slowdown, and many or all of those projects will be put on hold. Secondly, they're concentrated in three very specific areas like Merced, Hunters Point and Treasure Island, so their effect on the broader market, I think, even when they're fully developed, may be somewhat limited. And finally, many of those units are going to be for rent as opposed to for sale, so I don't expect a sudden glut on the condo market anytime soon. Now, where is all of this development going on? Well, it's really in three areas. The first is, of course, downtown, south of Market and South Beach, where you see a lot of the new glass towers going in. Lumina is, for example, the latest phase of the Infinity Towers development. The second area is the Van Ness Street corridor, which really, and you can see new projects going in, not all of them residential, all the way from Lombard Street down to Geary, and actually even beyond there. The final area of concentrated redevelopment would be in the Mid-Market Street area and the Valencia Street corridor area in the Mission. Both of those are really being transformed by new mid-rises that are going in. For example, Linnea on Market Street and 15th Street in the Valencia Street corridor. Projects like that are continuing to transform those areas very rapidly. Well, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Again, all of the slides will be available at realdatasf.com, and stay tuned for part 2, which will cover condos and prices in some of the new high-rises that you see in the city. Thanks for listening.